Good morning, Charlie. How you
Good morning.
doing?
Good. How are you?
Charlie, there are people listening who know you, and there might be people listening who don't know you. So why don't you just tell some people a little bit about yourself?
My name is Charles Clark. Gosh, I love this church. I've been coming to this church since 1973, and the Lord's really done some great things at Fairview over the years. A little about myself. I'm a certified public accountant. I work as a CFO for Chocolate Candy Company, and I've been there about 27 years. I have my wife Sherry, and we have one son, Timothy. We have had two children that were stillborn, so we consider them still part of our family. But just growing in God's grace daily, just trying to give Him more and more of my life, and sitting back and watching Him work.
Yeah, that's awesome. What is, you say, growing in God's grace daily? So obviously part of that is like God's working daily.
Mm-hmm.
But what are some of your routines or disciplines that you do to continue to grow towards God?
Yeah, I'm in the Bible, usually right after I have my shower in the morning. And I can't tell you how important it is to find a Bible that you like, and that is great commentary. I use the New Living Translation right now.
Okay.
But, I've read through the Bible probably twice at this point.
Okay.
And just really interested in the Old Testament now, and as a background of what's happening in the New Testament. But
Yeah.
I can't. Devotional life's really, really important. Get your mind off of a tough world out there.
Yeah, for sure. What is your favorite book or passage of the Bible?
I really like Daniel.
Daniel.
Not a specific passage, but just how God worked in Daniel's life, and just the absolute faith that he had and his friends had in God. It's a faith I'll never have, but it's worth striving for.
It is worth striving for, that's for sure. What have been some of like the transformational moments throughout your life living with Jesus?
Well, my parents made sure we got to church every Sunday. Probably gave my life over to Christ at a young age, probably before 9 or 10 years old, in the Presbyterian Church, actually right down the Germantown Pike here.
Nice.
But our family had friends that were coming here to Fairview, and we tried it out in 1973, and been here since. Lord's done a lot of things for me. One of the things was helping me to pass the CPA exam.
Yeah.
And that was, I found out in 1982. My mom called me up and said, you passed the exam. God's done a whole lot for you. It's time for you to do something for the Lord. So that kind of was my rocky moment that I need to be more involved in the church and in other people's lives.
So what does that look like, being more involved in the church after that moment?
Well, I was on several church boards, just being more involved in the overall administration of the church. Sherry and I, early on, we were in nursery. We did nursery. We did 1 or 2 year olds, or I'm sorry, first and second graders.
Okay.
And nowadays we're singing in the praise team and nutritional service, helping out with outward basketball as a referee.
Greet on the front door.
Doing greeting stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So different levels of service. You dove into that stuff. You play softball. I know that because we play.
I know if that counts as a ministry.
It's connection. It matters. Yeah, it matters a lot. So, can you talk about through some of the hard times of life? Like you mentioned, you're still growing kids. I'm sure those were some hard times. How has your faith and your connection into church and community, how have those things helped you through some of those hard times of life?
About a couple weeks before Sherry and I were married, her father died suddenly of a heart attack, so we had a crisis to deal with there, and got a lot of support from the family here at Fairview, which was great. Yeah, I've recently had some physical issues. Had the stroke in 2021 and pacemaker in 2022 and collapsed lung as well that year. So I've been some physical issues that has really helped me through in that regard.
Is there anything you do during tough times to get closer to or dive deeper into Jesus?
Yeah, I really dive into the Word really, and seek our friends out and seek family out. You really had to be around God believing people, and who's going to pray for you and support you through difficult times.
Yeah. So you met your wife here.
Yeah, we were married here in 1984, and where the kids in the village are right now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Just celebrated our 40th.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So what do you guys, how has she helped you in your journey with Jesus?
She keeps me going straight. I mean, I know how I have some accountability at home for me, and I can't tell you how important accountability is. And when you have kids, they hold you accountable. And I know she prays for me. She's praying for me today. And I've had some important meetings at work, and she's been praying for me there. So that's critical.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That's really.
Yeah. Do you guys pray together much?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
That's something.
It's not like let's go pray about this, but I go home for lunch just about every day, so
Okay.
we're praying then and at home at lunch and at dinner time. So
Yeah, I feel like me and Lauren don't pray together enough. Like we pray about the same things, but
it's so hard. I mean, you really have to work on it. It's
Yeah.
not going to come naturally.
yeah,
And we try to have as many lunches together. Early on in our marriage, we had different jobs, different locations, trying to meet somewhere
yeah,
in the middle for lunch.
yeah,
How important that was. So just to check in how your day's going and
yeah,
what's going on.
yeah. Would it be fair to say that like you've seen kind of the fruits of consistent steps in the right direction, or a long journey with Jesus throughout your whole life?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't always, for many years, you're young, you think you could do it by yourself, and, you believed in God, but he still wasn't the Lord.
Yeah,
So you get older, you get through certain things with him, and he brings you through the other side, and that's where you really grow.
Was there ever a moment where like you kind of surrendered and became obedient to the Spirit? You said, I just want to be obedient to you, God. Was there a moment, and what sparked that?
Yeah, and when my mom called me that one day in 1982, I had to change. Something had to happen.
Yeah.
And that was noticeable to me.
Yeah. You started giving more to God, and then a couple years
Yeah.
later you got married.
Yeah, and tithing and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, you just, doing ministry together, it's really important.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. What advice would you give to me as a younger guy? How do I continue to, because I look at you as someone like, when I'm your age, I want to be faithful. I want to be able to be serving in multiple ministries and stuff, and I don't want to feel like burnt out. So what kind of advice would you give to someone about the long journey?
Yeah, I was close to burnout at one point, but doing ministry together, living within your means, find a mentor, find an older couple that you can latch on to, make friends, invite them over for dinner or whatever. Mentoring's so important, accountability, be accountable to other people, be part of a Bible study. Those are so important.
Yeah. What is something God's been teaching you over the last month or two, recently?
Last month or two, I just trying to avoid getting too high and getting too low in my life. Trying to be the same.
Yeah.
Trying to be the same every day, even though stuff happens that Satan's going to try to get you to get excited about, but just trying to stay
Yeah.
level, stay positive, keep reading the Word, read the Old and the New Testament.
Yeah.
And that helps you.
Yeah. Cool. You read the Bible. Do you do anything like some people as they read? I've known some people who do like red letter writing, where they write every word Jesus says. They write it on the side.
I'm not a writer in my Bible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It might sound weird. I'm a respecter of that.
Okay.
I just for me, that's who I am. My wife's different than that, but it's just who I am. And once again, I have a great Bible, New Living Translation, great commentary, and it's just so much in there that can apply to
that's awesome.
how you're living today.
Yeah. Cool. Do you have anything else you want to share about transformation, or any more advice, or anything you want to share?
No, it's being here 50 plus years. It's just been exciting to see the growth of Fairview, and it's always been busy, which has been great. And not that the church hasn't had its issues over the years, and Satan's certainly going to try to attack any church that lifts Jesus up. So,
100%.
As a greeter, it's been exciting to see so many young people coming through our doors, and that's always a great sign.
Yeah.
Young people and having children. It's
Church has changed a lot, I'm sure.
Yes.
Since you've been at Fairview.
Yeah. Well, all this was built in 2001. So it used to be we just had the small church there where Kids in the Villages, and we had pews for our wedding back when we had pews. Now setting up chairs.
But I like your thought about like steadiness, and like even though the church changes, the world changes, like Jesus is still the same, still Jesus.
Yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Amen.
That's a goal.
Yeah.
That's always a goal.
Just to be like that and to continue to serve Him, and I'm sure like
sit back and watch Him work.
Yeah, and He's moving for sure. So it's pretty cool to see. All right, anything else? You good?
That's it, Cody. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming.